Good afternoon, guys. We're going to do a little bit of review today about the atom. So this is all material that was in Unit 2. We're just going to go over it one more time because these are things that a lot of people missed on our last test. So we're going to start over here with this chart that says parts of the atom. This should have already been in your notes, but if you want to review, I would recommend writing along with me as I fill out this sheet. So as we know, there are three parts of an atom. We've got electrons, protons, and neutrons. So we're going to go ahead and fill out the symbol, the charge on each one of those, and where I can find them in the atom, their location. So the symbol for electrons is E. Usually the symbol is just the first letter of the word, so E, or sometimes you'll see E minus for electron. So that minus gives us a clue to its charge. So the charge on an electron is negative, or sometimes you'll see me put a -1 charge on an electron. Okay? And those electrons are found on the outside of the atom. We say they're in the electron cloud around the nucleus. So we're going to put electron cloud. Okay? So electron symbol is an E or an E minus. They have a negative charge, or a -1, and they're located in the electron cloud on the outside of the atom around the nucleus. The proton, like we said, symbol is usually the first letter of the word, so the symbol for proton is P. The charge on a proton is positive. Protons are positively charged. And sometimes you'll see me put a +1 charge. It's an easy way to remember that. Proton starts with a P, the symbol is P, positive starts with a P. Protons are positive. Okay? Protons are located inside the nucleus of the atom. Nucleus is spelled without the E. So protons are located inside the nucleus of the atom, and they are positive. Last one on here is neutrons. Should have picked up on the symbol by now. The symbol for neutron is N, first letter of the word. The charge on a neutron is 0. They are neutral, hence the name. So neutrons are neutral. They have no charge. They have a 0 charge. And they are also located in the nucleus with the protons. Alright, so we've got our three parts of an atom. If I was going to put them all together, I'm going to draw a picture of an atom over here. So I'm going to start with my protons. Let's draw lithium. Lithium has 3 protons. I'm going to draw 3 circles with pluses inside of them. And then we're going to add some neutrons, so that will add 3 more neutrons. I'm not going to put a plus inside of those because they don't have any charge. So I've got 3 protons, 3 neutrons. To balance out those protons, those positive charges, I need an equal number of negative charges, so an equal number of electrons. So I've got 1 electron, 2 electrons, 3 electrons around the nucleus. So that's my atom. I've got 3 protons, 3 neutrons, and 3 electrons. And this one is lithium, Li. A couple of vocab words to know. Atomic number is one we've gone over a lot. The atomic number is the number of protons in an atom. Number of protons in an atom. And one of the things we can say, the number of protons in an atom, remember how I said over here, if I've got 3 positive charges, if that atom is neutral, I need an equal number of negative charges to balance it out. So I'm going to also say number of electrons if the atom is neutral. So if the atom is neutral, I have an equal number of protons and electrons. So atomic number is the number of protons. So if I ask you for the number of protons, that is the atomic number. Okay? Atomic mass is the average mass of all the isotopes of the atom. So the average mass of all the isotopes of an atom. Okay? Speaking of isotopes, this is one that trips up people sometimes. So an isotope is a form of an atom that has a specific number of neutrons. Some atoms only have one isotope, some have two, some can have three. So an isotope is a form of an atom with a specific number of neutrons. Okay? So one example of an isotope would be something like neon has 3 isotopes. So neon is an element. It has 10 protons, and there are 3 isotopes of neon, so 3 forms of neon. They all have 10 protons, so I'm going to write that down. 10 protons for all 3 forms. But one of the forms of neon has 10 neutrons, one of them has 11 neutrons, and one of them has 12 neutrons. So we say that there are 3 isotopes of neon because there are 3 forms of neon, and each one has a different number of neutrons. Alright? Last word on here is ion. So an ion is an atom that has an electric charge. Most atoms are neutral unless they gain or lose an electron. So an atom that has an electric charge because it gained or lost an electron. I'm going to abbreviate electron. So one other thing you might want to remember is that if an ion is positive, that means I have more positive charges than I had negative charges. So if I took away an electron from lithium, I'd have 3 positive charges and 2 negative charges. So that would make it a positive ion because I've got more positive than I have negative. So positive ions lose electrons. If I had a negative ion, that would mean I would be adding an electron. So I'd have 4 electrons and 3 protons, and I'd have more negative than I had positive. So negative ions gain electrons. Okay? Look back over your notes. Review this video again if you're still confused. Feel free to email me or ask questions about anything in this video or from Unit 2 before we get done with Unit 3.